It's about nothing but the time. Let Bama play.
Give me Alabama to break.
It's when somebody takes what's yours, and this is our game. It's our turn, and there's the guys trying to take it from us. So that makes the shit personal.
We in there tonight, baby. Saturday night, talking Bama. As always, we got your boy JT in here. JB, my man Marshall. We got Stephen M. Smith. JB, my man. How we doing tonight, brother?
What it do, y'all? You know who it is, JB, the man of the people, live Saturday night talking Bama. And I'm feeling good, feeling great.
Yeah.
Hope everybody else feeling the same. Marshall,
Hey,
what's
look,
good with you, brother?
Look, JB, look, check it out, boy. I
What
had
you got
no
on?
jersey on, boy. I got the Ryan Williams, boy.
Ooh.
Had to go get the Deuce on, boy. Had to go get the Ryan Williams jersey
Where's
on.
mine, JT?
It's in the closet. Yours is in the closet. It's in my closet. You do have one here. It is in the closet, though. What's up, though, Marshall? How you doing, brother?
Boy, I'm doing great, y'all. I got too many questions to ask Stephen M. about today, brother. Shout out to the earlier show, too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, shout out.
Showing love, man. Stephen M. Smith, man, how you doing tonight? How we living, brother? Wet towels, you know?
Man, wet towels, Gatorades, ice packs, just trying to provide the people with the Alabama football content. At this point, I've grabbed my old name back. I'm no sleep again.
Okay. As always, guys, we are sponsored by Workspace Solutions, guys. If your business needs a digital presence, a full-fledged marketing, SEO team, and more, there you need to contact today, guys, right here at the bottom, workspacepros.com. I know you guys hear me say that every week, but for real, though, if you guys have something going on, man, these guys can help you out a lot, get your business started in the right path, too. JB, who else we sponsored by, brother?
The football season truly never ends, and we're about to get right into it in approximately, 3 weeks? So you need to get your title towel. Go to whitwillsports.com. Use the promo code STANDARD. Get you a nice little discount courtesy of your favorite Bama network, the Bama Standards.
Yes, sir. Let's go. So, guys, we got a big slate tonight, guys. We got a big slate. Something we're going to start off with, that's the elephant in the room. What happened today, guys? The Bama scrimmage recap. So we're definitely going to let Stephen M. Smith pop off. My man was there. Give us the breakdown, man. Give us the breakdown today.
Well, we're going to start with the first two most important things, in my opinion. Number one, no serious injury happened. Thank God.
Beautiful.
Few guys got some bumps and some bruises, but that's typical. They'll get the hot tub, cold tub treatment, but no serious injury. Number two, and I think this is just as important, very few penalties. This is a fundamentally sound group. Very few penalties. I think DeBoer said he saw like only three penalties. It was one crackback block. It was one holding. It was one pass interference. Very few penalties out there, so that was really good. First and foremost, guys, Ryan Williams, the star.
Right here, baby.
I mean, had a 50-yard touchdown catch from Milroe. I mean, the guy is blocking out all media distractions. He's putting his head down. This kid's working. He's a star. Made several plays out there. Kane Wommack had a sick tightrope catch along the sideline, one hand. I'm like, okay, that's nice. Jehiem Milroe had a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown from Milroe. Milroe had a 40-yard rushing touchdown. The tight ends didn't get too much involved, but I did see one where Ty Simpson hit Josh Cuevas, the transfer from Washington, for a 30-yard score. I mean, Justice Haynes did some good stuff out there.
Hey, to back that, Stephen M. Smith, you just said about the Washington transfer. We talked about the role he'll play this year in the offense. And he'll kind of be behind C.J. Dupree real quick. Do you think he'll get some looks kind of like he did today?
I think he will. I think Cuevas has come up fast. He's come up fast. He's been involved in DeBoer's offense from Washington for quite some time now. So I think Cuevas will play a role in here. When you look at the defense, Malachi Moore had a pick. Mack had a pick. So some guys defensively in there, stepping up, making some plays there. I thought, the defensive line got a bit of a pass rush today. Still, defining that a bit more. But I thought they got a pass rush today. The linebackers looked real good. They were hitting some gaps. They were filling some holes. Lawson, Campbell, Justin Jefferson. I'm telling you this. Justin Okonrokwo, the German.
Okay.
The
Hey.
German thump. Like, I was impressed with him. Jeremiah Alexander did some nice things. Those Wolfpackers, Qua Russaw came to play. Keanu, Q-Rob, those guys came to play. So I felt like it was good competition on both sides. The offense did some stuff. The defense did some stuff. I spoke to one guy after the scrimmage. He was like, dude, if this offense is ran the way it needs to be ran, 3 wide receivers can have a really big year. 3 can
we
have
talked
a
about
really
that.
Big year.
We talked about that on the show. Love that.
And I'll leave with this. Austin Mack had some good moments too out there. The kid is very capable of making some off-platform throws. He's continuing to kind of grow here in the culture. But if this offense can run the way it needs to run, this offense is going to give you 45+ a game. That's how good this offense is.
Wow.
Steven, so let me ask you the first question. Who do you think won? If you had to pick a winner, I know they don't really typically keep score, but offense or defense, which one looked better to you?
Man, I'm gonna be like that offense was humming, man. That offense was humming out there. Defense is, but that offense is humming. Like Milroe is so locked in, it's not even funny. Milroe is so dangerous out there. Like Coach DeBoer talked about it. The throws that are there that you need to make, whether it's the short, the intermediate, or the deep ball, these guys are making them, especially Milroe. Like he's hitting them. The one thing that DeBoer wants the quarterbacks to do a bit more of is when you're getting pressure around you, don't try to get it all back in one play. Throw it away. Protect yourself, protect your body. Because in this offense, you're going to get these quarterbacks to be kind of like how Tua and Bryce were. I got to get it all back in one play. You don't have to get it all back in one play. There's so much offensive talent around you. You can work to get it back bit by bit, chunk by chunk. You don't need it all in one jugular of a throw. So that's just the one thing that Kane and DeBoer wants these quarterbacks to continue to have the understanding of. Hey, trust what we're doing. You don't have to get it all back in one play, but this offense is special.
Okay. Before we I got a part 2 to that. So receivers, cornerbacks, who got the better of that matchup?
I'm gonna say this. Receivers made some plays, but I gotta give the young corners credit. They didn't allow a lot of explosive stuff. They didn't allow a lot of they kept a lot of stuff in front of them.
I like that part.
That's good.
Damani, Deshaun Jones, Hurley, the young guys, Mbakwe, Mincy, Brown. I gotta give those guys some credit. They kept a lot of things in front of them. The tackling was very good today. The tackling was sound, break down, tackle, wrap up. It was good.
So you're saying nobody's getting burnt, which is good. Milroe's having to work for it. The receivers are having to work for it, which is good.
Like nobody out there, JT, was just letting guys run by him.
Good.
Ryan had the big play, but aside from that, those corners kind of held their own there. And like I mentioned, you had King Mack interception. Malachi Moore had a pick. So
I love just about to ask that. How many turnovers were there?
The corners held their own.
Marshall, go ahead, man.
Let's say Marshall.
I have actually a two-parter because you mentioned Ryan Williams, and it sounds like he could have, him or Odom, where it could have been won the day at least in terms of pass catching, because a lot of people, just to remind y'all, Odom is no longer a tight end anymore. They moved him to a full-fledged wide receiver, and people, he's 6'6", 215. The kid's a freak.
Huge.
But kind of a three-parter in a sense. who did Ryan catch the 50-yard bomb on? And will Ryan Williams, what's a comp for him? Can you comp him to somebody? Will he be the next Amari Cooper, Jalen Waddle, so on and so forth? Or
Smith.
is he the first Ryan Williams?
Okay, so
like that.
I'll answer the second one. I would say he's the first Ryan Williams.
Hey, I like that.
But if I had to give a comp, I think he's a faster Devontae Smith.
That's yep.
I think he's a faster Devontae Smith. Now, who did he catch the ball over?
Yeah.
I want to say it was Hurley, but I'm going to go back and watch the clip again.
I got you.
But I want to say it's Hurley, but don't quote me on that. I'm going to go back and watch the clip one more time. But it was just a pretty play all the way around.
I got you. Just well executed on O-line, wide receiver, just everybody.
O-line blocked extremely well on that play. Ryan got a release. The ball was right there. It was perfect all the way around play.
So was it a go route, a slant route? What was it?
It was a it was a post go. It was like a post go.
Okay.
Middle of the field.
Post go route.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like what Devontae Smith made his bread and butter on. If you're being honest, he used to run one of those posts and goes and would be wide open down the field.
I'm sorry, that's an incredible comp.
It is.
That's an incredible comp.
It is, and something to kind of correlate with this right here with the first scrimmage. You know, how is Milroe actually doing, Stephen M. Smith? That's a lot of chatter right now because a lot of times we talk football with fans or you talk football with people. Their biggest question is, will Milroe, will he do, what he needs to do with DeBoer? Will he take that step? Because if not, it's going to be horrible, So people are thinking it won't happen. How is Milroe actually doing?
He's actually doing very well. The short to intermediate game is there. I mean, the short to intermediate game is there. He's hitting on those throws. He's hitting on those passes. He is completing those passes along with a deep ball and the athleticism he provides in the run game. I think he, DeBoer, and Nick Sheridan, they are growing together fast. They are rising together quickly. Like DeBoer is challenging him, Sheridan's challenging him. But when you look at Milroe's taking complete ownership of this team, like he's taking so much ownership where he's challenging himself to complete those 10-yard passes, those 15-yard passes. He's challenging himself to be on point, regardless of where he is on the field throwing the football. So he is doing extremely well.
Okay.
Love to hear that right there. JB, you got anything on Milroe?
You said he had a 40-yard touchdown run. Was that a design play or was it a breakdown?
That was a design play.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
love that.
That was a DeBoer Sheridan design play.
Damn.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah, I love
Shout
that.
out chat. Sorry.
Yeah, shouts out to
man.
the chat too.
Shout out to the chat. How y'all doing tonight, chat, man?
They popping off. I love it.
Marshall, real quick, you got anything about Milroe?
I mean, you answered almost all the questions I was going to ask because I wanted to know. We know how he's going to be on the field in terms of his play. Just you saw it in his face last year after that Michigan game. Like you just saw it. You knew what he was going to do this offseason in terms of work ethic and everything, how he's handling the media and the off the field stuff. I want to know is like the poisedness, the maturity growth. That's what I really want to see.
He's media king right now, dog.
Of course.
That man is media king right now, man. I mean, I want
to hear what Justin has to ask.
Is wild. Yeah, Justin, everybody real quick. The Bama standard final boss is in the house tonight, guys. What's up, Justin?
Saturday Night Talk'n Bama audience, acknowledge me. That's what's up. That's what's up. Baby. First of all, Stephen, glad to see you back in that deacon's chair. I felt like you were going to start each topic out with giving honor to God.
I thought about it, but I could actually hear my grandmother's voice from heaven. Shut up.
Yeah.
Stephen's going to be like, I won't be long.
3 hours later.
3 hours later, everybody is still in the chat. They're still fired up as they were in the very beginning because Our fans are very hungry right now. We're talking about Jalen Milroe, and I want to back up to the conversation about the wide receivers. It's been talked about this past week about the bond that's been forming between Jalen and Kendrick Law. So let me take that a step further, Stephen. After watching today, tell me who each quarterback is most comfortable with. You could even say it may not have been K-Law today for Jalen, but if, God forbid, any of the others had to step in, what relationship did you notice on display today with some of the other quarterbacks and the other receivers?
I mean, you can look at it. Milroe's got a relationship core with Caleb Odom. When I look at Ty Simpson, Ty really likes Jeremy Bernard. Ty likes Germ. Ty likes Kobe Prentice. When you look at Austin Mack likes Cole Adams. Austin Mack likes Emmanuel Henderson. So there's a relationship brewing with each guy who they like. And then Dylan Larnagin, it's something about Dylan Larnagin and Jaron Hamilton, number 16. It's something about those two.
Okay.
Larnagin and Jaron Hamilton, they've kind of gotten a flow there. So each guy has their number one go-to guy that they like here on the team. But DeBoer talked about the wealth was spread. It wasn't just one receiver that had the big performance in the scrimmage. Several guys were able to make plays out there. So
that's awesome.
This coaching staff believes in spreading that wealth around.
Oh, understandably so. Last question, and goes back to the defensive line. You've talked about a lot of guys who are really shining. One guy that you spoke about a few days ago, this past Thursday, we did a show, you and I, and Petty, Jeremiah Beeman. Can't speak tonight.
Beeman, yeah.
You've been really impressed with what he's shown so far. So I want to know how much of what you've seen so far in practice has translated into live ball. But not just Jeremiah Beeman. I want to talk about Damon Payne. This is a guy that we've kind of been waiting on to emerge, highly touted coming into Alabama, been kind of in a long line, waiting patiently. Where is he at now, and what should we expect based off of what you've seen today?
Yeah.
When I look at Damon Payne, I see him in that second part of the rotation. So he won't be, the first two, but the number 3 guy, I see Damon Payne right in there. That's that number 3 guy in that rotation. I see him in there. Jeremiah Beeman, he breaks that 3 deep rotation. He's going to get in there. He's not going to get starters reps, but when you look at the third, fourth quarter of games, he's going to take the field. He's going to take the field. He's going to get in there, and he's going to show you, okay, why he was a 4-star coming out of Parker High School in the Birmingham area in this class. So I see Beeman, kind of that guy that will come in late third quarter, fourth quarter of games to show you what he brings to the table. Damon Payne's one of those guys that'll get into the game early in the rotation from what he brings as well. So I thought both guys looked pretty good today.
Question from Don Parker. He's one of our most popular fans here in this chat. Then I'll jump off, let you guys take this. What was the attitude of the players today, and how did they handle adversity? No, it's the first scrimmage, but any notes on overall execution? Good question.
I look at it like this. I thought from the adversity standpoint, they handled the heat well. Those guys handled the heat well. Yeah. They did not back down. They kept fighting. They kept competing. They kept pushing. Going back to the heat there. The heat would cause a lot of penalties. Would cause a lot of mental mistakes. A lot of unnecessary errors out there. We saw very few penalties. So even in the heat, guys kept focused. Even in the heat, guys remained clean on their responsibility. Even in the heat, you didn't see the official throw out too many flags. So that's big. The adversity was the heat, and they were able to handle that. Execution offensively, the execution was pretty strong there. Defensively, yes, there's some things that the guys can work on. They'll clean those things up. But once again, the tackling was right there. They kept quite a few things in front of them. It was not just a whale of explosive plays being given up. Now, the offense did get some plays out there, but like I said, the defense made plays too. You had an interception from Malachi Moore. You had an interception from King Mack. You had a couple of pass breakups there. So it was even, kind of on both sides.
Steven, so what you were saying before about The guys getting reps and doing the late third or fourth quarter of these games, we'll be able to see a lot of that. Of course, during the Western Kentucky and the USF games, because we should handle those teams very well and get those guys out there to get reps. I saw something in the chat. Shout out Jimmy Lee Baker about Graham Nicholson. How did Graham Nicholson do today?
Okay, so Graham was 2 for 4, and I know people are freaking out. 2 for 4. Oh God, he missed 2. You know, he's not Reichert, people. He's getting acclimated into Alabama. The 2 kicks he made, I heard one was a 48-yarder, one was a 50-yarder. So we are seeing that he's got the length. He's got the length there. The other 2, how did he miss them? I'm not sure on that. However, it's only scrimmage 1. Scrimmage 1 basically tells you, you know, who can play fast, who can play strong, who can play physical, who has enough of the install through the first 6 days of practice. So I'm expecting the second scrimmage for Graham to even hit even better of a clip where the field goals are concerned.
Now, I'm going to tell you now, if he go 2 for 4 in the first Bama game, they're going to be hollering, we want Riker. He can't come out there 2 for 4. He can't do that.
That's what I'm saying. He is going to be better in that second scrimmage. That second scrimmage, he's going to be better out there. I guarantee you that second scrimmage is going to be a whole lot better than the first one.
Okay, I hope that pressure don't get to him, because kicking at Alabama is totally different from kicking where he came from.
Yeah, he came from the University of Miami in Ohio. So when you're dealing with a climate of snow on top of snow in the MAC where nobody really cares, and then you come down to the SEC where the women care just as much about football as the men, it's a big deal.
Yeah, definitely about that second part.
If you guys don't mind, can I switch to that the other side of the ball? We've been hyping on the offense quite a bit. I want to know about the communication and the ease of use that this 4-2-5 defense has.
Yeah.
How is it acclimated with these young guys? Malachi Moore, obviously he's going to be a team captain. How is he handling communications and so on and so forth? I want to hear y'all's thoughts on that, especially yours, Steven.
I mean, there were some small things earlier in communication, but they got those things down as the scrimmage went on. In the 4-2-5, what I'm seeing here is your wolf backer and your bandit player are joining the 2 interior defensive linemen. So you're seeing the wolf backer walk down with the hand in the dirt. And that's either your Q Robinson, your Qua Russaw, your Keanu Koht, and then your bandit defensive end, which is going to either be Jamarian Latham, Keon Keeley. They come in as well with that hand in the dirt, getting after the quarterback there. So I think the 4-2-5's coming together. D-Law and Jihad Campbell are eating in this 4-2-5, those 2 linebackers.
You should. They should.
They have success in that 4-2-5. So I think the communication.
Good to hear.
I think the communication is starting to come together here, piece by piece. The main thing, as we all talked about, is having that pass rush early on in the season to allow that secondary to round all the way into form. But I think at first in the scrimmage, of course, when you get out there, you turn the lights on. At the beginning, there's some nerves. You're trying to get the nerves out of you. But as the game, the scrimmage went on there, I feel like, from what I was able to gather, the communication got better, especially on the back end.
That's good to hear.
Good.
So that kind of confirms kind of what D'Lo Davis was saying when he was on with us talking about with them talking about it being the 5 DBs back there with the communication piece. And hearing you say that, I think communication is going to be the biggest part of the defense, especially, knowing what everybody's doing, what's going on. So, that's going to be huge. It's good to hear the 4-2-5 is coming along good, because the number one question mark, in my opinion, is going to be this when we're talking sides of the ball. How's Alabama's defense going to look without Nick Saban? So what's up, Justin?
Hey, real quick, Steve, I want you to go back to something. You lightly touched on it later. Can we talk about the transfer portal DBs that have come in? We've already talked about how well Keen Mack performed today. What did you see from Keon Sabb, Domani Jackson, the transfer from Wake Forest? How are they acclimating? Is it second nature to them? It's like they've been doing it the entire career, having some growing pains. What are you seeing?
Keon Sabb, actually had a pass breakup in the scrimmage. So Saab had a pass breakup there. Damani looks pretty. Damani looks farmed out there. Damani looked pretty good. Damani Jackson looked pretty good out there. Deshaun Jones got him a few reps out there. He held his own out there. So, like I said, the cornerback room they're growing. The cornerback room's growing. They're competing with the receivers. The receivers are pushing them. So it's a full-on iron sharpen iron motif going on out there. So I thought the corners, for the most part, held their own. The only thing really that got leaked out was the Ryan Williams play and the Caleb Odom play. And if you look at it, those are the only two things that got leaked out. What does that tell you? The secondary was able to hold its own for the most part.
Yeah.
Because those were the only two plays that really got leaked out and made it out there. I mean, yes, the offense, you're able to throw some passes to the wide receivers, but the DBs were able to tackle. Now, of course, Jehiem Milroe had a touchdown catch. Jehiem Milroe had a touchdown run, but much of that was the offensive line. Great blocking on their part. But as far as DBs and wide receivers, the DBs are growing, man. Even the transfer guys are growing.
Ephraim wants to know how many 3-and-outs you saw today.
Saw a few. There were a few of those out there. Quite a few of those out there. And much of those came when the pressure was coming. And that was when Kalen DeBoer kept saying, get rid of the ball, let the ball go, let the ball go. Here comes pressure, let the ball go. So a lot of those came where the pressure was coming. So you did see some 3-and-outs out there.
That's good question right here from Ephraim right there when he was saying who's kick return and punt return today.
Okay, so kick return and punt returner. I think they had E-Man out there a little bit. Had Cole Adams out there a little bit.
Okay.
I didn't see Mbakwe out there, but that's one that needs to be out there. That's one that needs to be out there. But once again, I mean, the usual guys. Kangol is out there. E-Man is out there. Germ is out there. I think Cole Adams is out there too.
Okay. Amber's got another really good question in the chat. How is Caden Proctor?
Caden Proctor, even at 369, moving well. The main thing is Coach Chris Kaplovich, he is not going to put the final stamp on these offensive tackle spots until he's ready to. And so right now, you're still repping Proctor, you're still repping Elijah Pritchett, you're still repping Wilkin Formby, you're repping all three guys. So Kaplovich is not going to put the final stamp on this until he's prepared to do so. Wilkin Formby looked good out there. And Pritchett had some good moments. So all three are battling. All three are competing for 2 tackle spots.
That's a great problem to have. By the way, chat, Caden Proctor is the gentleman who went to Iowa and came back.
I was going to say something about Proctor, him being 369. For him to lose weight, still be 369 and look slimmer, it's kind of like when on wrestling when the Big Show would lose a little weight and look slim, but he was still almost 500 pounds. So it just amazes me how he can lose weight and still be 369.
So here's the thing. So the rumor was he actually came as a freshman at 380. People don't realize that. He actually came in at 380. And so he dropped from 380 to 360 and now 369.
That's crazy.
Any doubt at center? That's another good question.
Yeah.
I mean, right now that there is no doubt at center. Parker Browsford's the guy. There was one bad snap, but it wasn't from Parker.
Oh, okay.
It was not.
Okay, I'm about to say.
Okay.
Don't give me. Yeah, boy. I thought Seth snuck into practice or something.
No. It did not come from Parker. Parker was straight the whole time. Parker was.
Hey, here's a laugh for everybody, real quick. There was an Ohio State reporter, and they were reporting about Ohio State practice scrimmages. And there was like no bad snaps. And then right as he tweeted that, he was like, as I tweeted this, Seth's over snap one 26 yards over the quarterback's head. And it was just like the best tweet ever, bro. I got to go find it. It is hilarious, man, because it's like, this is what we're talking about. Right. This is exactly what we're talking about. Right here. Stephen M. Smith, he said, what's the transfer's name and how's he looking?
From Charlotte.
So that's
Charlotte. Yeah.
That's Cameron Howard from North Carolina at Charlotte. Cam Howard's growing in there too. Now,
I've heard him been battling.
Now, no one's really talking much about him because there's so much depth in the secondary, but Cam Howard can play too. It's just gonna be interesting to see the reps that these guys are gonna get. But Cam Howard's playing good too in there.
Okay. Like to hear that. So JB, man, real quick, while we're in the middle of the show, man, let's tell the people who we sponsored by, man. Let the folks know who we sponsored by, bro.
Of course, Title Tower, man. You already know the football season is quickly approaching. We are 3 weeks away. Tomorrow we got Fan Day. So I will be there with my Title Tower. Go to whitwheelsports.com. Use promo code STANDARD. You get you a nice little discount courtesy of the Talk'n Bama crew and the Bama Standard Network.
Man, we are sponsored by Title Tower. We're also sponsored by Workspace Pros, guys. If your business needs a digital presence, a full-fledged marketing team, SEO, and more, they're who you guys need to contact today right here at workspacepros.com, guys. Just had to do that real quick. Our sponsors, man, they help the show run, guys.
Yes.
Show them love, guys. Show them love. And while we got things rolling tonight, guys, we're going to kind of run on down to the breaking down Alabama schedule. And within that, we're going to do a special segment tonight. And we're going to call them locks. So we locking in tonight. So we gave predictions where we say 10-2, 11-1, but we haven't said who the 1 or who the 2 is. Tonight, we locking in who the 1, who the 2, or if we're undefeated, what we doing. We're just going to do regular season. We don't have to, stretch on, through. And I think it's going to be really fun here, chat. I want you guys to get live in this too. Give us your predictions. Let's hear it. Let's talk about it. I'll bust off real quick, and then we'll pass off over to JB and go up to Stephen M. Smith, finish off Marshall, and then we just kind of, see what the chat's talking about too, guys. No Diddy with none of that. I know somebody was about to come in the chat. But, all right, so breaking down Alabama's schedule. There's some tough games, guys. I think Bama's going to go 11-1, and I went back and forth on this one. I went 12-0, and I've just kind of I've been all over the place a little bit. I'm going 11-1. The reason I'm going to go 11-1, I think we're going to lose a road game somewhere. I think we might slip on the road. We'll see how that goes. The road game I have us losing is going to be LSU. The reason I say that is night game over there. Going to be tough. I think if we slip, I think it's going to be them. But that slip at that time of the season, you're thinking that's week 10, guys. So that's a wake-up call. Still in the shake of things. Still can win the SEC. I got us 11-1. I do think we clapped Georgia. I think we beat everybody else on the schedule. But I think our biggest problem is going to be LSU. I got us at 11-1. Lock that in. We're going to lock these in, guys, and we're going to run this back in the offseason and talk about it. JB, what's this Alabama football schedule, man? Give us them locks, baby.
Bro, I want to go 12-0 so bad. I really do.
Too.
But come on, man. It's kind of unrealistic to look at it without the Bama lenses on and say undefeated national championship. I want to say, okay, I'm going to go 11-1 as well. Even though I was thinking 10-2. I was thinking 10-2. And I'm with you on the road game. I hate to say this. It's going to hurt me to say this, but I'm thinking Tennessee beats us on the road.
I've been back and forth. I went back and forth between both of them.
Yeah. I mean, because of the way the schedule is set up, the way it's set up. Then after that, we got homecoming with Missouri, so we got to be careful with that because we cannot. I mean, it's gonna be tough either way. But I'm saying Tennessee for the one loss. But the good thing about it is Tennessee's not gonna make the playoffs. They may lose 3-4 games and not even be in the 12-team playoff. So we'll be able to control our own destiny and win the SEC.
That's what I like to hear. That's a good one right there. I like that. So what we're gonna do with that? We're gonna lock that in.
We're gonna lock it in. And you know what? I mean, I hate so JT, before we move on, it's a lot of talk about Nico, the quarterback from Tennessee. And I don't want to say I'm afraid of any quarterback, but his playmaking ability, and if he is seasoned by the time he plays us, we have to go there. He may go off.
Me of Hendon Hooker a little bit.
So he might have.
And he was good.
I mean, that's the only one I could probably say we'll lose. LSU is a tough one as well, but
I think atmosphere.
Tennessee,
that's why I went. That's why I went there. But I agree with you. Too, because Tennessee has that atmosphere too. So I can't. Those are kind of like tit for tat. And my birthday is close to Tennessee, so I don't want to lose there.
And Oklahoma is another one that I'm afraid of because it's right before Iron Bowl.
Yeah, November. Oh man, late November, dude.
Yeah.
23rd. Yeah, that is it. CBW Smith, man. Breaking out these games, man. Let's lock in some picks, man. What's this record? What's it looking like?
I'm gonna go 11-1 myself. I was fighting between 11-1 and undefeated. I know I thought about with the one loss come to Georgia, but then I think that's not gonna happen. And Brian didn't know. I look at Tennessee. I think we get Tennessee. I think we get LSU. That one loss I got at Oklahoma.
Lisa just said that too.
Going to Norman is going to be a weird atmosphere. Taking on Brent Venables, especially if Oklahoma comes out the gate smoking this season. If Oklahoma comes out the gate smoking, and Bama's got to play them the week before the Iron Bowl, that could be a real tricky football game. So I would go Oklahoma.
Okay. So I get the Oklahoma because Lisa said that too, and I'm gonna just kind of right before you go, Marshall, I'm gonna say something about that because I like that. We're getting different games here. Everybody's picking a different game, which is telling me that people are feeling like there might be a loss or might not, But the people that are saying 5 and 7 and stuff, man, y'all got to get real, man. That is mind blowing to me.
Man,
at that, man, that is just mind blowing.
Whoever said 5 and 7, they got that crack Bobby Brown was on. I'm gonna need that.
Man.
Let's get them Auburn fans saying that.
It might. Well, it was one of the things. Justin was in there last night if he wanted to pop in, but I don't know if he saw it then. But I had a live last night. We were chatting on live. We had a couple people stop by, and we were all giving opinions all on football. And there was people that was in the comments. They were just like 8 and 4, 5 and 7, and 6 and 6 or something like that. And I'm just like,
what?
Huh? I'm like, what? I'm like, huh? All right, I get it.
Yeah, they were trolls who obviously don't understand football.
Yeah.
If you listen, I'm objective as they come, but show me on that schedule where you see 7 losses or 6 losses,
dude. Yeah,
we would really have to try to do that.
Mm-hmm.
There would have to be some kind of catastrophic event.
We would literally have to be like the NFL tank for this recruit.
Hey, you want to know what's going to be funny? If something like that happened, we lost a game or two, and then the next game, Nick Saban's leading the team out the tunnel.
That's what fans are going to be clamoring for. Trust me. They're going to be, I told you don't ever bring some dude from the West Coast over here. He don't understand ball. Nick Saban would never. He lost a coin toss the first game. That's what you're going to hear. That's exactly what you're going to hear.
Exactly what you're going to hear. That is
but I'm going to throw mine in. JT, we talked about it last night. I see 10-2. I'm going to be realistic. I could possibly see 9-3. And you know what? I can be objective. And Bama fans, it's still okay. If we go 9-3, that's still a really good season. Please don't show up at Coach DeBoer's house with torches and ready to escort him out or throw a brick through his window like y'all did to Bill Curry back in 1989. So, yeah, you know who you are.
Yeah.
But I honestly feel like we will beat Georgia. I feel like that's going to be the in-season national championship.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But when I look at that stretch of Tennessee, Missouri, and LSU, a loss I feel is going to come from there. I don't feel like it's going to be Tennessee, although that's going to be one of those games where we're going to be uncomfortable the entire game, probably until the very end, but we come away with the win. Missouri, I'm very concerned because they return a lot of great players. Great quarterback, Luther Bolden at wide receiver. The whole receiving core is really underrated. So we really got to put a lot of attention there on them. I feel like that can be a loss. But I'm going to go all the way to Oklahoma. just not because they're that much better than us, but because of where they are in the schedule. We've endured a long gauntlet of SEC play. That's tough on anybody. It's not for the faint of heart. At that point, you're beaten up. You're ready to take a break, and that's when you can catch a team off guard, like 2012 when Texas A&M came in and embarrassed us with Johnny Manziel. Mm-hmm. So, and plus, OU's got arguably one of the best receiving cores that no one's talking about in the nation right now. Those of you who think that Oklahoma is going to have a hard time in the SEC this year, not so fast, my friend. I think they're going to do a lot better than what you give them credit for. So that's honestly where I see losses coming, and no, it's not going to be Auburn. So Chris Williams, welcome in, sir.
Mia said you do not want to be around JT when Alabama loses.
That's what got me dying.
You are correct. You do not. We'll talk about that real quick. You do not want to be around me when Bama loses. No, I'm not I'm not one of those people that's just a sore loser. But listen, man, when I say I'm a super fan, bro, I'm telling y'all right now, I hurt with the team, bro.
He gets mean.
I go outside. I get away from people. Don't call me. Don't call my phone, bro. Don't try me on that. It is real. I'm not playing no games with you.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me what happens is you turn into Samuel Jackson and you start cussing everybody out, even the little baby.
No, I don't.
Calling the coaching staff, staff, saying, "I hope they die and I hope they burn in hell."
No. I'm not that fan. No, time out. Not that fan, nor am I cussing a player fan, but I'm just more of anytime he won't even talk to me. It's like it's my fault. No, that's not right. No.
Mia, tell the truth. Mia, this is a safe place. Tell us the truth.
I'm gonna be honest now. I will say this now. Me personally, from the media perspective, I have endured some rough Alabama losses in my time, and let's just say after those losses, you'll just find Stephen M. Smith slumped over in the car like, Lord, can I have a drink? Can I just have a drink now? I'm trying to get home.
Yes. And look, man, most of the time I watch games in my house for a reason. I watch them at the house. So like when that happens, I'm at my house, my domain. So if something happens, I just step outside. But listen, man, it's it's one of those things that it just runs in my family. We watch Alabama football since I was a kid, dude. Saturdays you wake up, it's Alabama football, man. You got an Alabama shirt on, jersey, football. The Tide. Yeah, we watch other games too. I mean, but it was definitely watching Alabama.
The main reason you're up is Alabama.
The main thing. But okay. Marshall, real quick, man, we went off a little bit there. But Marshall, real quick,
I don't mind.
Bring us back.
I gotta shout out
here,
Mia, man. Shout out Mia.
Yeah, that was funny. Elbow. No, Mia. Oh my God, I elbowed this woman at a game one time because Jalen Hurts broke free against Fresno State. Okay, second play of the game. Y'all can look that up in like 2017. He broke free. Me and Mia was at the game. Well, it's this woman's fault. She ain't stand up. You're supposed to stand up when Jalen Hurts breaks free. That's your fault. All right, first off, I'm up. I give one of these right here, right? And I bow. And dude, I'm talking about straight to the dome. I mean, boom. And I'm like, oh, so you didn't stand up. Like, why didn't you stand up? 109,000 people just stood up. Like, why did you not the one? So yeah, but yeah, that was fun. That was a fun time, man. That was a fun time. Marshall, break it down for us real quick, though.
I'm very happy that I am the only person that thinks this. I think we go undefeated in the regular season and all the way to the Natty. I truly have that much faith in the coaching staff. They're going, everybody, including the players, all the way down to the damn ball boys, are going to get better each and every game, hands down. I think the first two games of the season, first things first, and I know y'all are going to attest to this, I feel absolutely horrible for that number 2 game. They are going to get the dog shit beat out of them. Excuse my damn language. I feel so bad for Southern Florida. They are going to get, it's going to be 65-0, I swear. I feel so bad for Southern Florida. Anyway, I think one of the first big tests, obviously, you can never sleep on Georgia. I think one of the first road tests is easily going to be Tennessee. It's just Tennessee. It's the aura about Alabama and Tennessee, whatever.
Yep, big rivalry.
Missouri has had a really good offseason. I have to shout out to Justin for mentioning that earlier. He is totally not wrong. They returned a lot of players. They are going to be a fantastic football team. But they also lost a lot of the positional defensive coaches, and there's going to be a lot of defenses that will not want to play this Alabama offense. It's like 2020 vibes I get from this Alabama offense. If you can't score, you're not going to be able to keep up with us. And I truly believe we are going to shoot our way all the way, number 1 overall seed, maybe number 2 overall seed if one of those weird Big Ten teams has a phenomenal season as well because they haven't played nobody. But I do have to agree with Stephen M. I think Oklahoma game is going to be weird. When's the last time we played there? I actually meant to look that up before we came on, but I can't remember.
That is a good question. I can't tell you.
Forget, Texas lost there last year, and in my opinion,
the answer to that question is 2002.
Team. Huh?
I thought they came to us.
The answer to that question is 2002.
When did they come to us? 05?
03
or 4? 03. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah, I knew it. Wow. We had a home and away schedule with them early 2000s. That's right.
Wow.
But I remember as a kid
12-0.
This is one of my first Bama memories. I remember as a kid, like watching the game, that one of those Oklahoma games. They didn't have instant replay. Bama had a big catch, but they couldn't. They called it incomplete. But when they watched it on the replay on TV, you could see it was a catch, but they couldn't replay it because they didn't have replay then, and that would have changed the whole point of that game at that time. And I think Oklahoma was top 5, and Bama was ranked, in there, and Bama would have got that win. That would have been big right then, So I remember that as a kid, man. That's funny that we play them this year too. What's up?
We were actually unranked in that game, and
we were unranked. Okay,
we were leading for a majority of the game, and then at the very end, all we had to do was run the clock. Tyler Watts fumbled the ball. They scooped and scored, and that was the difference in the game.
Man.
So before we move here, Marshall, I want to echo the great segue of a point you made about South Florida. So I watched that horrible game last year, the worst ESPN camera angle of all time.
Well, it was the weather.
Yeah.
It was the weather delays left and right.
Monsoon of rain, tornado, thunderstorms. And then you throw Tyler Buckner out there. The man absolutely embarrassed himself, bless his heart. And then Ty Simpson, thank God for Ty Simpson, get out there, save the whole thing. You win 17-3. Boy, I hope we just drag South Florida through the mud.
He said,
Shouts out Jason Haywood.
We beat the Vols. I live in Tennessee. I hate the Vols more than I hate the devil. Roll Tide, baby.
Shouts out Jason Haywood, man. We got to win for him then. We got to win for Jason Haywood.
Yeah, we got to, man, because, man, that's got to suck, man, being behind enemy lines, especially if you take the L, brother. That's got
no, man. He's our sleeper agent. He's our sleeper agent.
Hey, man, the fact that Jason said I hate the Vols more than I hate the devil, that's some hatred.
Hey, that is, man. He's definitely Bama diehard. That's definitely Bama diehard. And I tell people this all the time. It's Auburn, Tennessee, LSU.
Mm-hmm.
That's the rivalries in that order. Okay, like there's no other. Georgia is not. People like to say, well, Georgia's rivalry. No, that's new fetish. That's newish rivalry. Kind of like the Clemson, Alabama-Clemson has been a newish rivalry, But it's not the Auburn, the Tennessees, the LSUs for Bama. No, we literally have a whole chant song with those 3 schools in it. Like,
right.
Yeah. So
shouts out Don Parker. Super chat, Don
Parker, man.
No predictions, and it's too soon to know what the team will be. I do want to see Bama play every play of every game to the standard. I like that. I really like that.
Great line.
We definitely need them play to the standard, and we can kind of talk about that real quick. Because we caught up on our topics. I kind of put the last 3 topics all together right there. The breakout game / problem opponents, kind of with our prediction. So we got a couple minutes here to kind of go in on this. So drop some questions, guys. We want to start answering some. So the Bama standard, that's going to be the biggest part of this, like keeping it with DeBoer still, but DeBoer being DeBoer. They ain't got to be Saban. But we can still keep that Bama standard, and it can be DeBoer's Bama standard. And it's the same envision, the same thing. Like, a lot of people love Chick-fil-A, okay? It's not the same Chick-fil-A from the 1980, 1990, early 2000s. They have changed and with modern times, but it's still that same aura, that same mindset, that same, quality product. So that's Bama right there in sense. You got to look at it like that. Don Parker, any notes on the interior D lineman? Let's see. He said Oatis and Keenan. What you think about those,
Steve?
I mean, Oatis and Keenan both had good scrimmages today. Keenan stuffing the run, making some plays. Oatis doing the same thing. I mean, both of those 2 guys, those will be your 2 starters in the 4-2-5. Those are going to be your 2 defensive tackles, right? Those are going to be your 2 defensive tackles. And then you're going to have your bandit in, which will be Jamarian Latham, Keon Keeley. Keep your eyes on LT Overton also. He can get some play in there. And then your other guy is going to be your wolf guy. That's going to come down as an extra guy in that 4-2-5. And that wolf guy could be Q-Rob, Qua Russaw, any of those guys.
40 sacks.
Do you know how incredible that is?
40 plus sacks.
That's college football video game numbers, bro.
Bro, if we get 40 sacks.
I'm going to say this. The defense as a whole can get 40 plus, but the D-line?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, you asking for Jonathan Allen and them cats to come back. But
not even that,
yeah. I mean that squad did get like 50
Quentin Williams.
I'll say this: the D line as a whole can probably get 10 as a whole, 10. But you look at them edge rushers, them inside linebackers, maybe blitzing a safety off the edge.
And,
could.
Some of those can be coverage sacks too, Stephen M. Smith. Because if the DBs are covering really great, and that D line, you get pressure with the 4, and you got your DBs covering great. That's a coverage sack. You know what I'm saying? If he holds the ball 5 to 6
20
seconds,
sacks, Josh.
So, no, I know that. I'm not saying no. I'm not arguing the point. No, that's what you know. I'm not. No, I'm not. No, we might, like Stephen M. Smith said, maybe 10. I'll take the over on 10 probably. I wouldn't touch 40 as a unit. I mean, maybe so. We can get up there.
Here's another good question to go on to that. How many team turnovers would you guys like to see?
Okay.
What about the ratio? What about the ratio? I think the ratio will be better, like the plus minus on that. The margin, you know what I mean? Where we turn it over versus we get turnovers.
That's a little bit more tougher to get.
We should get more turnovers anyway this year.
That's my point. Yeah, that's
what I'm saying.
Why I want to see what's a good quality number you guys would like to see out of this up and coming young defense. What's
okay, so what I would like to see, and this is a quality number. This is a quality number. In terms of interceptions, 15.
Okay. Oh, that's a great number.
In terms of interceptions, and this is everybody, DB, linebackers, D-line, so
like
everybody, interceptions 15, fumble recoveries 6.
Ooh, 21. I like it.
About a good 21 turnover.
That's nice.
And about another,
I think
20 plus sacks, maybe 20 plus sacks.
Yeah. Which can lead to turnovers. Basically, when I say that, they're drive killers. Sacks can cause you to punt, which is good. That's a turnover too, in my opinion. Making them punt. If you look at over the past couple of years, where Bama had kind of flunked out though, was where we were giving up turnovers on the offensive side. And on the defensive side, we weren't getting any more than we were giving up, or it was worse. That's why I'm saying the margin is, in my opinion, big. I think we should be plus. We need to be 10 to 15 or over, well over, because then those interceptions and fumbles matter. But if we turn it back over, it doesn't matter, you know.
And the reason for that, JT, and you're correct, and you want to be in that plus side of the margin. But the reason for the drop in that was, you go back to 2018, Tua was trying to get everything on one play. And we're so enamored with the high-flying offense at the time and the offense scoring so quickly. When Tua was trying to get everything back in one play, he would turn the ball over, which would put our defense back out there, and the defense would be halfway tired out there. So I think having more so of a balance but with this offense, not just the quick strike plays, but having those long sustained drives as well. I think that's going to be important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna add to that,
Amber's
man.
got a good one.
Go ahead, Justin.
Okay. Buy or sell Stephen M. Smith, and I'll let the rest of you guys answer this.
Okay.
Jalen Milroe will throw for 3,500 yards and run for 1,000.
Oh,
I say higher.
Sale. I don't think he goes for 1,000. I think he goes probably 500 rushing, but 3,500 passing, I see that.
Okay.
I actually see higher passing yards.
Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna let everybody go.
JT?
I'm gonna drop a bombshell. Yeah. So I'll take that. Maybe not the 1,000. I'd say probably 800.
That's a
Ish,
good number.
you know, but I would take close to 4,000 passing. And I
That's
think he's
where
going to
I'm
have
at.
around 40 plus touchdowns, maybe 45 touchdowns combined.
Total.
I'm saying combined. Yeah, total combined. Not if he has that passing, holy crap. We're winning. We're probably going to win by 21 every game. But no, total with his rushing. And I'll take that. Give me that money all day. I'll take that with Milroe.
JB?
No, I'm selling. I say maybe 700 yards rushing, but over on the 35 passing, 3,500 passing, over on that.
All right, buy or sell. This is where it gets a little bit interesting. Keanu Koht will be this version of Tim Williams. Stephen and Smith.
I'm buying that. I will take that to the bank and cash a fresh deposit. I'm buying that. The kid's freakishly athletic. The kid's got edge bending ability. He can convert speed. He can convert some serious speed to power. I will buy that one.
Okay. Marshall?
I'm gonna have to sell on that one. I just haven't seen enough of it.
Okay.
I want to see more.
Okay.
Respect.
Okay.
I kind of chimed in with my Milroe take.
So I'm buying. I'm gonna buy strictly because of reports that I've seen coming out of practices. Stephen and Smith has talked about it. We've had him on the show, Justin, and I just think he's gonna be. I think he's going to be elite. I think he can be that guy this year. There's going to be designs for him. He's going to be in the right moment, right time. So, yeah, I'll give me that. I'll take that.
I want to buy,
JB.
but I'm going to sell, but I'm going to give you Qua Russaw, and I'm buying on him.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
Wait,
That's a way
I like
to
the
make things interesting.
buy on Quay.
Good take,
All right.
JB.
Here's my last one. Y'all ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
All right, buy or sell. Richard Young will lead the team in rushing the second half of the season. Stephen Smith.
Oh, man.
Spicy.
That's mighty spicy.
God. You know
Spicy
what?
deluxe.
You know what? I'm going to buy that. Physical duty's 217 now. Physical dude, big body presence. I'll buy that.
Okay.
All right, Marshall.
I kind of like Steven's facial expressions there. I'm gonna buy.
Okay.
217.
Okay.
In your opinion, Steven, does he lose any speed with that 217?
Oh no, he's still explosive. He's still a
There
freak.
you go. Yeah, I'm definitely buying now. Definitely buying.
I'll buy it next year. I'm selling this year.
Wow.
I'll buy next year. I'm selling this year because we got Jam two-hand catch Miller, and then we got my man Justice Juke Giant Haynes. Ain't no way. I just see them two, and then Milroe too, man. That's three. Milroe gonna get his, 50 to 100 probably a game, average somewhere in there, and then you got the other two running backs that's gonna be busting heads. I think he's gonna get some PT. I'm not saying that he's gonna be playing, but I don't think he leaves it.
Before JB answers, I want to throw in a little caveat. can I take y'all back to the year 2016 when a certain man named Bo Scarborough jumped in the middle of the season and led the team in rushing the rest of the way out? I honestly feel like that can happen this season.
We would
JB,
have
go
won
ahead.
the Natty if he didn't get hurt.
Word.
So you saying second half of the season?
Second half of the season.
I'm gonna sell that, but I'll buy that he will lead us in the second half of the games. Because when he comes in, he'll probably eat up the clock, get some yards, and he can possibly break away. I can see him breaking away about 5 breakaway touchdowns when he gets in the game. So I'm selling leading the whole team during the second half of the season, but during the second half of the games, you can give me that one.
All right, last question goes to Amber Nicole. Then I'll turn it back over to y'all. If Bama makes the Natty this season, who would you guys want to play in the national championship game? I'll go last. Go ahead.
Yeah, lead us off, Stephen M. Smith, and then we'll go around the clock.
Who would I want to play in the national championship game? I want Texas. I want them horns. Period.
I like it.
Okay, Marshall.
I'm sorry. Revenge is about best dish served cold. I want Michigan. I want to put a smackdown on them.
They're going to Independence Bowl. We can't play them there.
You said it, not me, Justin. You said
I did.
That was a great one. They might not be in no bowl game after what happened.
Exactly.
They may not be in no bowls. They might be at the home bowl.
JT, who you got, brother? Who you
got, JT?
So check this out. If you're asking me if I want or who I would, check this out. I'm gonna blow the top off of this. Give me an Iron Bowl for the national championship game. If I can have one. Give me Little Brother so I can smack them down, stand over top of them afterwards, and be like,
JT. The Birmingham Bowl is not a sight for the Natty this year.
You're right, Justin. You're right. But every now and then, a dog gets a bone. All right?
And if that happens this year, I'm blaming you.
Hey, look, if we play them in the Natty, I'm gonna tell you right now, this state is going to explode. We cannot handle 2 Iron Bowls. We can't have two Iron Bowls. Oh my God.
I'm so sorry. Amber just added to our take, Justin. She said, I'd love to smoke Michigan, but they're looking at a postseason ban.
Yeah, they definitely are. They definitely are.
JB, who do you want to see, brother?
Wow. JT just blew my mind with that Auburn one, man.
I know.
He shook.
Y'all wasn't ready for that. Hey, that was for Chris.
That's for Chris. Okay. Texas. Okay, Ohio State. Give me Ohio State because I want my revenge on Seth McLaughlin. Give me Ohio State.
And Caleb Downs.
God.
We win the game off a high snap, and our DB runs behind there and catches it for whatever hits the ground. The snap was so high up in the air. It was almost like a punt.
Game-winning touchdown.
Malachi gets it, and just like Spliff said, scoop and score from Malachi.
Yep. That's what I want.
Justin? I would love to see this from a marketing standpoint. Alabama versus Oregon.
Us versus Nike.
Let's go. That'd be a very exciting game. A lot of offense, man. A lot of Nike going on.
We got to bust out the Jordan jerseys for that. They got to bust out the Jordan logo for that. We got to just go full switch.
I'm all for that.
Hold on, we got to bust out some Jordan jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they talking about that. That's something I've heard some rumbles a lot about next year, that Bama's going to Jordan. I don't know how true that is. I don't have any inside information. I've just heard a lot of chatter about it.
Heard it from the screen.
In your personal opinion, why would they want to go to Jordan? They've been with Nike forever.
Auburn just joined Nike. We don't want anything to do with what they're doing. Give me MJ all day then. Give me some LeBron jerseys. Give me some LeBron jerseys before we have that. But JB,
if Roman Reigns is endorsed by them, which he is dropping his own shoe line, by the way, folks, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm with it.
So, JB, something real quick. I just want to talk about this. Isn't Bama, but it is. We all in the U.S., baby. We all American, and we know who just won gold today, baby. So real quick, man, fill us in
Women's
on some stuff
too.
you've seen. Shout out to the women's too.
Yeah,
Shout out
they
to
play tomorrow.
all the athletes that's represented America and put on. Even Noah with his how that man be, man. That man be all over. Real quick, man, JB, tell us about the basketball, man. How'd that go today, man?
Man, US won the gold. For everybody who didn't see it, I saw it, and it made me feel great to be an American. It just had me on my feet. It made you feel great, man, to see all our great players, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, and you see Melo on the sideline leading the charge. It was just great, dog. And the way the game was and how it went down to the end, and Steph Curry hitting those threes, dog, it was incredible. Incredible.
Huge Curry fan.
Made me proud, dude. It made me proud. And it was just great to see all those incredible Hall of Fame next level players play together for one cause. And that is to show everybody that the United States of America is the greatest country in the world of sports.
And they are world champs.
World champs.
For everybody who doesn't really keep track of it, me and my family have been. We are second in gold medals with 38. China is in first, but in total medals, we are completely dominating the field. We have 122 total medals. The next closest is China. They have 90.
Chris, get out of here.
I gotta say this, and not just for the men's basketball team, but soccer got gold today.
Yep.
They did.
They did. I saw that too.
1-0.
Today. Simone Biles did her thing in Simone, Sha'Carri Richardson.
Hey, that video of Richardson when she was running and she looked over and looked back, I was like, oh, that was so cold, boy. God, that was cold.
Yeah.
I wish your internet was as fast as her.
Wow. Come on now, Justin.
Off the top rope.
If everybody's internet was fast as her, I think we'd all be talking in fast forward motion because that girl, boy, she be moving.
If everybody's internet was as fast as Sha'Carri Richardson, we would all just put cell phones out of business.
So, guys, we appreciate y'all staying with us tonight, man. We're going to end out tonight with JB. Tell the folks where they can find you. Tell them what you got going on right now, man, with, what is it, Alabama State?
Yes, sir. So, follow me. Of course, you can follow me, Sports Talking with JB. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Sports Talking with JB. I got Alabama State footage. I'm doing some stuff with them. New podcasts. For all the ASU Hornet fans out there, the Black and Gold Show begins this Wednesday night. Sports Talk with JB Season 5 is coming in another week or two. And Bama Talking Bama, September 1st. Make sure you tap in with us on Sunday night, September the 1st. That will be our new night.
We're gonna do Sunday 6 or 7, bro. What we're gonna do, 6 or 7? I can't remember.
Oh no, we'll get back with y'all on the time.
It's gonna be 6 or 7. And we're gonna get with y'all on that. But it will be September 1st, guys. Also for Stephen and Smith and Marshall. So y'all know this obviously, but we're going Sunday night. Or after night. We'll say night. I say 6 due to the fact Sunday night kickoff's about 7 something. Yeah. So we do it 6. We'll catch that break. That'll be fun. Stephen and Smith, where can the folks find you at? Tell them what you got going on and stuff like that, brother.
All right, so the folks can find me at touchdownanglebama.com. That's touchdownanglebama.com. You can find all the articles right there covering your Crimson Tide. You can find me on Twitter or X at Coaching M. Smith. On Monday, there will not be fall practice, so I'll have Monday not going to Tuscaloosa. But Tuesday, we'll be back out there to fall camp. Tomorrow is fan day and the open practice, so you definitely want to be out there signing those autographs, being a part of fan day, watching that 2-hour open practice. That'll be fun right there. And when I'm not on the TDA thing, then I'm here every Tuesday on the flagship show, the Bama Standard, with the guys, Justin Riley, Bo Scarborough, Steve Brown, Marvin Constant, yours truly. I'm floating around somewhere in there. And then on Saturdays, I'm right here with Talk'n Bama with the two legends, or three legends. We got JB, JT, and Marshall up there. And once again, I'm just floating around. But have fun with it.
Awesome. That's fun, man. That's fun. Marshall, where can the folks find you at, man?
You can find me on X at MarshallBean19. I'm going to be posting some of the stuff once the Olympics finally wrap up. We got, I think, 2 more days, 2 more days. It wraps up. Mm-hmm. The closing ceremony will be on Monday, so I'll be posting some of that. And obviously, whenever the season gets started, I'll be doing a lot more Alabama stuff, clips and whatnot.
Let's go. So, guys, I want to do an announcement. Something I've been thinking about lately. This show originated on TikTok. Well, actually, time out. It originated for JB's podcast, and then we took it to TikTok. Kind of took off from there. That's how Justin saw us. That's how this whole thing came about in mid-April. So something I want to do, kind of get back to my roots. I did it last night. Justin came in there. And JB, if you ever want to join, hop on the Talk'n Bama page. Marshall come in a couple times. Stephen and Smith. I need to get you on TikTok and get you rolling up, man, and get you on my live some, man. We'll get you going on there too, man. But I'm gonna start doing a live kick on Friday nights. And I'm probably gonna do it about like a 30, 45-minute kick. We're gonna go live, bring people on. We're just gonna bring people up. We're literally gonna talk about, what's the game tomorrow, what's going on, other games as well. So Hugh Freeze is the final boss of college football. Chris Williams, I could have went my whole life without seeing that lie. My grandma in heaven right now is sitting here saying, I don't even need to read that, knowing that's a lie. God knows that's a lie. All right? Don't ever come on this show and lie like that hard again. I see you lie all the time, but lying that hard is that is atrocious, son. And lightning strike. All right? God don't like ugly. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Look, JT. So there's lying, and then there's you just plain stupid.
Boy, boy. But guys, thank you guys. Follow me on TikTok, Roll Tide Nation. Just hit 150,000 followers. Things going good over there, guys. Follow Talk'n Bama on TikTok as well. That's our page for this show. We post clips on there, other stuff about Bama. Also, guys, me and JB's going to be following Alabama basketball this year, too. So we're going to talk with Justin and see if we can maybe have a little show on here, and we might do part of our show with basketball. We might add that in. So we'll see how that goes when the basketball season tips off, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Once again, shout out to our sponsors of the show, Title Tower and Workspace Pros. You guys are awesome. We don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, baby.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, baby.
Roll Tide.
And we out.